President. What about the children? What about the sons? How many have you ever seen that plastic bomb full of your face? Killing their entire. Can you finally close your eyes? And you finally close your eyes. You'll be judged by the tears the children cried. So what about the children? What about the sons? How many racking babies are falling to our God?
I just want to put on. Oh my God, I'm freezing. We had sunshine earlier.
I know, but this is like broken.
Which was a violation of our Constitution.
Oh, that's so good.
This is what Thomas Jefferson has to say about a dictator. In December 1776, our circumstances being much distressed, it was proposed in the House of Delegates to create a dictator invested with every power, legislative, executive, and judiciary, civil and military, of life and of death over our persons and over our properties. And in June 1781, again under calamity, the same proposition was repeated and wanted only a few votes only of being passed. But did we sacrifice every danger for a dictator? Did we shed our blood for a dictator? Or did we come to this country so that a plurality of legislators would govern us? Should we stand confounded and dismayed or told? Should we be delivered over to a despotic one? How must we find after sacrifices abused and baffled if we may still by a single vote be laid prostrate at the feet of one man?
And war games designed to thin the herd here and around the world. While the littlest Lone Star fascist pig breaks the backs of willing, right-wing blue bloods and do-gooders in blue ties in red states and black minds, wreaking havoc with our faith, morals, and reason, with untold lies and prejudices, are stealing the soul of a weary peoples in their red ties, looking on dumbfounded, being fed with a big, watching the parade of the top-level thieves, taking fundamental truths, laws, and hearts of American citizens. Each of these safety and honor unknown to these poor bastards, way out of touch with the real world, first world for that matter. Look at we, silly defenseless children, we folks. German, Jewish, Welsh, American.
Impeach now! Impeach now! All right, thank you, everyone.
Stay at 2 o'clock. We will have our courier, our announcement, and our official citizens' charges. These are just one man's list. After that, I want to counter some of the false arguments about why we should not impeach. High crimes and misdemeanors of the Bush-Cheney administration. Lying about Iraq having weapons of mass destruction. About seeking uranium in Africa. About having aluminum tubes for processing it. And most of all, about Iraq involvement in 9/11. All false, all to justify a pre-planned invasion of Iraq. Number 2, waging an illegal war of aggression against Iraq, killing hundreds of thousands. Number 3, holding prisoners in Guantanamo and other prisons without allowing them to exercise their rights, including the right to be charged with crime, to have access to attorneys, and the rights of habeas corpus. The right habeas corpus, says the U.S. Constitution, Article 1, Section 9, shall not be suspended. Number 4, violating the U.S. Constitution, Amendment 8, and the Geneva Convention by torturing prisoners. A totally new category of enemy combatants to justify these crimes, claiming they're not war prisoners. Sending prisoners to other countries, they call it rendition, of U.S. citizens without obtaining court orders. I didn't know. Oh yes, Mr. Bush needed a court order for Katrina. After the U.S. Corps of Engineers repeatedly reported that the free flying American empire is trying to rule the whole world. Scholars say that for misdemeanor in our Constitution, there's no relationship that minor criminal offense. As the case of a president conducting subverts the integrity of the government. Do we have that over and over?
Young men can die as fast, but God does not need to pass. I got a feeling I'm in here.
Any war's insane. If I know in 1968 just what we were fighting for. We're told on Wall Street to fight their own lousy war. Now this is rated 18,000. Knew that that war was unwinnable, and they let it run out for the next 6 years. And another 10,000 young men and women were killed in that war. We're in that same situation right now. They know it is unwinnable, but they're keeping us there, and because of these neocons that have this agenda, and it's criminal. I got a feeling I am here before. I got a feeling I am here before. In the desert, in a dirty little war. Young women can die so fast, my God, to keep the past. I got a feeling I've been here before.
In order to promote a war of aggression against Iran, they waged that. Classified information about CIA operatives in order to discredit official findings and thereby promote their war. They violated the Foreign Intelligence Service Act by conducting an illegal wiretap Katrina emergency. That is all, Your Honor.
Thank you, Crier. This impeachment is now in session. Those of you who accept your responsibility as citizens of the council, say aye. Aye. Patriots, we the people have gathered assembled today at this historic national treasure of Faneuil Hall, the very birthplace of our American Revolution.
In the 18th century, Sam Adams spoke out against unjust taxation of King George III.
Here in the 19th
1770, this patriot behind us, Sam Adams, he organized protests in response to the Boston Massacre.
Yes, all part of our history. Today, we gathered to discuss and vote upon the impeachment of George W. Bush and Richard B. Cheney.
Guardsmen, bring out the prisoners!
Fellow citizens, an impeachment is not a conviction. An impeachment is an indictment, the formal charge preceding trial. Our Constitution says that the House of Representatives have the power to impeach. Section. The representatives shall have power of impeachment. Section 3 states